Okay, I know at this point you guys are just going to hate me, but just listen to me for this once. I have always in my life tried to do different things. At different points in my life, always tried to go for new things. Things that excite me, things that, I'm really intrigued about. And I try to go find the answers and I try to go for the theories and this and that stuff. I do believe that I pretty much love the paperwork side of the things rather than the practical reality. And so what has happened is I try to go on this new journey. I go on it and practically I do nothing, but theoretically I'm just ready for that thing. And so my entire optimism turns into pessimism and I stop doing that journey. So it's pretty much like I think very highly about me whenever I'm trying to go for a new run. But as soon as I'm halfway in the run, I realize my capabilities, I realize where do I stand, and then I just leave the race. This has happened to me every time in my life. So always I run half or 3/4 of the race, but I never complete any race. So my participation always stays zero. And people say that the run or the point of run where you leave, okay, where you stop participating or you get disqualified, after that part is the part where you actually grow. So the problem is that when I leave the race, I don't learn anything, my participation is zero, and I'm back again at the zero. And next I'm trying for a new thing, which is even more harder. And so I am in this vicious loop where I try to go for new things, I leave them halfway, and then I go for another thing. And this is a spiral that goes deeper and deeper and it enlarges over time. So last time I have gone for multiple things, okay, previously in my life, and let's just count it this time, okay. I go for a business. First of all, I loved movies, so I wanted to be a director, cinematic and camera guy, and I want to make short films and movies and this and that stuff, okay. So this is my primary content for YouTube. Never did that. Second, I had a business idea, which I still think I'll do in future, but I'll do it. Third, I came up with Contacts. Actually, Contacts was a backup idea. When my dad said that, I'm no more going to have, support you in any way, then Contacts was my way out, because I had to figure out my do's and ends. And at that point, I had a huge fight in my house. So I was really upset and I was thinking, how do I make money to have my own dues, survive on my own? And that's how I came up with Contacts. And slowly, this idea became what I want to pursue as my business right now. But I'm not doing anything. Still, if you go visit Instagram of the Contacts, you'll see no posts. And it's been almost a month since I have been saying that I'm going to post reels and, photos and images. I'm trying to break down some things, videos and everything. But I never did it. Channel is ready. Account is ready on both Instagram and YouTube, on Twitter, on Threads, but I'm still not uploading anything. Then the latest idea that I currently came up yesterday night 3 a.m. is the philosophers of psychology. Now once again, this is going to be one trashy idea that I'll try to go run and then I'll leave midway, like I do everything. I go for the thing, I leave it midway, and then I'm back at zero, starting to go for a new thing. And so maybe I think I'm very mature and I know a few things about life, but somewhere my parents are right that, Aryan, you are naive. You don't know about life. You don't take seriously life. And so I do this naive things again and again. Even though I know I'm doing wrong, even though I know I have to post, even though I know I have to upload that video for Contacts, but I never do it. I'm just, in homeopathy, what the medicine I'm currently studying, the doctor I'm being, the homeopathic doctor. The medicine is entirely revolved around, as the name suggests, homo. Homo means same. So it is based on, how poison kills poison. In the same way, the medicine is based on whatever the symptoms are, the similar the medicine would be. So if you had tears and nosy nose and teary eyes, then the first thing we are going to give you is onion medicine, okay, Allium cepa, because the symptoms are simple, okay. So there's one medicine, and the entire homeopathic subject that we recently studied is sulfur. And there's a very peculiar thing about sulfur is that he's one of those philosopher mindset. psychological mindsets. He thinks himself as the highest, as the king, as the supreme, but he never does things. He dress according to himself. He never cares about hygiene. His room is messed up just like me. He has back itches, so he has itching everywhere, and that aggravates or that increases once he has a bath. That happens to me. That is happening to me for years at this point. Whenever I bath, I have this high itching all over my body that I go aggressive and aggravate all over my body because I just have itching all over my body and I just look like a monkey at that point. But it's a very weird condition to explain. But yeah, it happens. Once you bath, okay, and at 11 a.m., you just need food, okay. But there's this very peculiar symptom about sulfur, the medicine, that is very correlated to me is they would never do those things which they say. They really think high about themselves, but they are not actually like that. So practically they are zero, and philosophically and psychologically, mentally, they are highest. And physically they always stay down. And it's said that they smell and they are never cared about hygiene and XYZ stuff. That was me. Now I'm trying to improve. But yeah. So maybe I just don't do things. I think about them. I try to go for them. I create a path. I write down all the theoretical things that I will have to do, but I never do. And so I again and again end up in this confused state in my life where I just question back everything that Aryan, whatever you're doing, is it correct? Is it bad? Is it good? Is it actually helping or is it actually ruining you? And these questions have been killing me for this time, for a long time at this point. And yeah, I just have to say it because this journey has to be noted at every point about whatever I'm doing or I'm not doing anything has to be noted. For that kid who watched these videos 10 years later will realize that yeah, Aryan worked hard at some point and he even failed at some points and he never worked at some points just like right now. Confused state. I just come up with this brand new business idea. Like, yesterday 3 a.m. what did I come up with? An AI therapist. Who the fuck comes up with this? Like, your mental therapies and your BetterHelp and XYZ shit, it's already ruining the entire mental health space as in a business, So, when you go around, when you hear BetterHelp, you think bad things about them, right? Because they were not as good with their service. And so they are ruining the business of mental health. But now, if we introduce an AI therapist, it's just mind-blowing, right? But once again, I'll do nothing about it. And within 2 months, you'll see another business come up with the same idea. That always happens to me. Once, I still remember in 9th standard or 8th standard, I started to write a story for a movie. Just like time pass, okay, script. 2 weeks later, once I completed that story, 2 weeks later, there was a movie that had the same script as mine. That has always happened in my life. I come up with shit, but I never go public with it because I never work hard. I never get in that first move or move my first check piece. I never do that. And so nothing happens. Ever. Nothing happens. And I just had to say it, okay? So, yeah, maybe if you are listening to this, you're at least better than me because you are at least working, okay? And my dumb best is just thinking and not putting in that hours, okay? Maybe I'm putting in that hours, but in the theoretical part, I don't do practical work, okay? So when it comes to editing, hell no. I have watched multiple videos about editing. I know what editing looks like. I'm ready to assist anyone about where to cut, what sound effects to put, what to do. But I am not ready to do it myself. That's the biggest shit a person can have, okay? So you're better than me. Realize it, okay? And you can do multiple things more better than me, way above than me. So believe in yourself and stay safe. Jai Jinendra. Bye. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mom and dad. Stay safe. Learn new things every day. Grow. And don't be like me, shit, confused every time. Improve. Improvise. And just try to do that work instead of just thinking about it. Okay? Bye. Jai Jinendra.